The Humane Society of Polk County was chartered in 1972, and the shelter was built in 1980. They have a staff of 9 employees. Now, the shelter usually has 25 dogs and 25 cats in residence. Each year, their numbers of animals fluctuates. During the last fiscal year, over 900 animals in all were taken in. And all those animals were either spayed or neutered, provided with shots, heartworm tested, or feline leukemia and AIDS tested, dewormed, microchipped, and provided a physical exam by a local veterinarian and given a comfortable shelter, food, and water. A new home on Dundee Road with a community grand opening celebration is something you don't want to miss. And all the details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Bryan Lacey. Joining me in studio, Tracey Greene. She is the president of the board for the Humane Society of Polk County. New digs, new title, new everything.
As of June 1st, you're right, for me. And then the end of June, of course, is the grand opening celebration beginning. We'll call it the soft opening because we have an official opening to the community July 25th. Very excited. As you know, our friend, big friend and supporter of the Humane Society. It's been a long time coming, and we've been fighting in the trenches to get this open for Polk County.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. Humane Society comes from really humble beginnings, and out there on Sage Road, very, very small facility that you had there. And let's talk a little bit about what you've done within Polk County. There are animals that have provided great comfort to owners, and you guys are a no-kill shelter. Let's talk a little bit about that to begin with.
Absolutely. Humble is a great word. We say we've been held together with bubble gum and duct tape, but we've made it work. Out of that small facility, we still save Polk County $600,000 a year for the services we provide to our community in housing these animals and waiting for them to get to their forever home. We SNP, which is spay, neuter, inoculate program. Nothing goes out until it's been taken care of. So when we intake the animals, we make sure that they are in top health. There's no more unwanted babies. And we help train them and make them a wonderful pet to go into society. And we've done that on a very shoestring budget. We've been wanting to expand for many years. Well, as we all know, the economy crashed. We had purchased property, and it just got to be way too expensive for us to even foresee this happening for so long. But then we say a little miracle happened. Right around the corner from that little building, a furniture warehouse went up for sale. The couple wanted to retire. Their children didn't want to go forward in the business, in the family business. And our director, Lisa Baker, we call her our little pit bull, the little engine that can. She got in there and she helped negotiate this property for us that we purchased outright. We worked very hard for the money. We purchased that property outright. And then the grand scheme and the dreaming began on what we were going to do with the Humane Society of Polk County and for Polk County as a whole, being a #1 facility that's eco-friendly, that houses animals like no other. And that's why we're very proud that we have this grand opening coming up, and we can show the county what we've been able to accomplish in a very short period of time. For some, for others that have been a part of the Humane Society for 20+ years, it's been a long time coming, but we're here and we're very excited because we will be able to help more animals. 4 times the amount of animals from the original shelter will be able to be helped. The programs that we have set in place are only going to be quadrupled as well, and that ultimately helps save Polk County taxpayers dollars in the end for all the programs that we have laid out for our community.
One of the things that you said that was really important, the eco-friendly building. already in savings mode. Talk about the importance that allows you to, down the road, perform your mission in saving lives and helping Polk County.
Absolutely, because as you know, I mean, we're funded by donations. Sometimes we're lucky to get some grants, but really it's the community, the programs that we have out there that people can support us through and give us dollars and host events and fundraisers. So we have to be very careful with every dollar that we spend. So we decided we need to spend more on the front to prolong and secure our history on the back side. So we have all LED lighting. We have the solar panels for the AC units, for the water pumps, everything. The systems that we put into place for cleaning the facility, the eco-friendly artificial grass for the dogs that has a very, very long longevity of a warranty that they can't just dig through. We've done everything right the first time. The director, Lisa Baker, went out to several other communities of vet facilities, shelters, feline, dog, people that were eco-friendly based already. She visited several states over a couple of week period to say, what went right for you and what would you do different? We wanted to make sure the dollars that we are committing to, that they're going to be the right way, the right time, the first time. So we didn't want to make mistakes with our dollars because we know everybody works hard for their money, so we want this to be correct the first time. And I cannot wait, Bryan, for people to see this beautiful new eco-friendly shelter facility that we have created for our community to better house, better take care of animals. They're going to be happier animals, which is going to in turn help them be adopted out quicker because they're going to already have that sense of family. The way they're going to be housed now is totally different. For example, when you walk into this new building, you come into a beautiful reception area. To the left, you're going to see these grand animal areas that are segregated by ages. You'll get to see them playing with each other, see how they interact. You can go in there and sit and be a part of them and let them get in your lap and play. So you can get that feeling of how they would be in your home. And because they're in age groups, sometimes the senior cats don't want to be with the kitties, of course, because they have a little more energy. We have the senior cats in their own area, and we have a kitty door that they can go through, and they're housed in a little screened-in area, so then they can relax and see outside and watch outside's going on, which makes them more content and happier.
Little kitty beepers.
Yeah.
Call me when lunch is ready.
Exactly. Call me. Hello, butler. Table for one. But then, of course, you have shy cats that maybe love people and all this, but maybe they don't like a lot of other cat interactions. So we have other areas that they can be alone, but you can still, as a person going in for adoption, you can go into these rooms as well and sit there and socialize with them and see again how they're going to interact with you and your family, because we want these animals to have a safe environment and a forever home when they leave us.
As you mentioned, fundraising, life's blood to any nonprofit, and part of that fundraising is also people giving of their time. Talk about the role that volunteers play in helping you guys get that animal their forever home.
Well, for example, let's just take a step back and go, okay, well, we got the keys to the new building from our contractor, Whitehead Construction, about Labor Day weekend. So then the volunteers came in, because you mentioned before we have a very small staff. The volunteers came in, and then of course it goes from getting how many multi-years worth of stuff from this old shelter and the other shelters that were behind it to facilitate the backup products that we had to house them. Get all this stuff packed, ready to go, and then unpacked. The other day I was in there and volunteers were cleaning and they were folding shirts and they were building shelving units, and because of these volunteers, that's the only way we can go through with this because they're our lifeline. Call a friend. Well, we have a community such as Lake Ashton. They have a huge pet society over there and people that love us, and they come over and they give their time, but not only to help us with the animals. Right now it's building things, painting things, helping things go forward so we can get open as fast as possible to the community, because the transition from old facility to new is a 3 to 4 week process. So I know when this segment hits, we're going to be open, but you have to understand the whole month of June, That's all we were doing with our volunteers that help us, not only help us take care of the animals, but help us take care of this property. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be as far ahead as we are right now.
One thing that's been a privilege for me to be a part of and see up front is the frontline work that the board does. Talk about the love for the establishment that you guys have and the things that you go to great lengths to make sure that they succeed.
Absolutely. As we talked before, I'm the new president as of June 1st. I'm the newbie, even though I was the vice president for 5 years prior. Susie Morocco was our 5-year president. She had the brunt of this. I call it the $3 million on her shoulders, because if it wasn't for somebody with her tenacity and her huge love of animals, we wouldn't have gotten this far either. Of course, Lisa Baker, the executive director, we call her again the little pit bull, the little train that could. But without people like Susie Morocco and our board, we wouldn't have been able to open these doors yet, because they have opened doors for us. They've been knocking down doors, knocking on doors, getting through hurdles, over, under, however they could do it. You know, calling on people to help support us, people that could help write the checks, going and talk to county and city commissioners, getting out there in the forefront, fighting this war to help us be the best facility we could be, to make the biggest impact with the smallest footprint now going forward. And that is very, very important for us as the Humane Society of Polk County, the county's only no-kill shelter, and a member of the business community in Polk County. We want to be a forerunner for this, other people to go eco-friendly, to help support the environment, help be better. And we want to be that leader for our county.
And finally, the thing that ties everything all together, the community grand opening, the thing that you want everybody to come and check out. Let's talk a little bit about the event. Scheduled for when? What all can we expect?
Well, our community grand opening is Saturday, July the 25th from 11:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. We're going to have some of our local vets that are huge supporters of us be there setting up booths to give out information and little freebies. Some of our partners in the pharmaceutical industry for the veterinary medicines will be there as well to give out some freebies. We have Joel Slavin, who is slotted to be there with us. He is a famous pet guru. He does shows for people like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld. He travels all over the country. He actually got his meek beginnings with the Humane Society when he was a youngster. And his pet shows and education programs incorporate rescued animals. So that's a wonderful tie that we have with him. So he's trying to make it to do a little show. We're going to be, of course, having a cake cutting, and that's going to be at noon sharp. And we're going to be doing tours. We want people to come out, tour this beautiful facility, and hopefully you're going to see an animal that you want to take home as well. Don't forget, Bryan, while you're there, I'm considering this a little birthday party to us. So bring us a donation too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, bring us some cat food, dog food, litter, maybe a gift card from one of our partners like PetSmart or Pet Supermarket. Everything helps, no matter how small or how large. And you will see this is a grandiose event that we have going on in a grandiose facility. So we need to continue it with cha-ching.
Tracey, as usual, it's a pleasure having you in and hearing all the stories and looking forward to the grand opening.
Absolutely. We hope everybody comes out, and don't forget polknokill.org for all the details.
Hey, you want to make sure you don't miss the grand opening, because since 1980, the Humane Society of Polk County has saved lives of over 30,000 animals. They invite you to their community grand opening celebration Saturday, July 25th from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, the new home for the Humane Society of Polk County is 3195 Dundee Road in Winter Haven. Join them for their celebration in their new eco-friendly Humane Society with cake and refreshments. Vendors and local vets will be on site, as well as reps from veterinary companies handing out samples and gifts. Keep in mind that the Humane Society of Polk County is always in need of volunteers and has fundraising opportunities ongoing. For education, adopting, and fundraising information, you can give them a call at 863-324-5227 or look them up on the web at polknokill.org.